Welcome to part 3 of Azure Site Recovery series. In this video, we will discuss protection containers, a critical component of Azure Site Recovery. Protection containers help you group and manage replicated resources like virtual machines, disk, and workloads, making disaster recovery configuration easier to handle. In the previous video, we covered the creation of ASR Fabric, which represents the source and target regions in your disaster recovery setup. Building on that foundation, we will now walk through how to create protection containers within the ASR Fabric and explore the key features and practical applications. What is protection container? A protection container is essentially a logical grouping of resources that are replicated as part of your disaster recovery strategy. This grouping ensures that all contained resources, such as virtual machines, share the same application, policy, and failover process. By using protection containers, you can manage disaster recovery configuration efficiently, especially in complex setup like multi-tier applications. Let's take a closer look at the feature that make protection container indispensable in Azure Site Recovery. The feature one is grouping mechanism. Protection containers allow you to group related resources into a single unit. For example, if you have a front-end, back-end, and database tier in a 3-tier application, you can create a separate container for each tier, ensuring their replication and recovery configurations are managed independently. The feature 2 is replication policy. Replication policy applied to protection containers define critical parameters like recovery point objective, we call as a RPO, that determines the replication frequency. The retention period. The retention period specifies how long recovery point are retained. The application consistent snapshot that captures VM state to maintain data integrity during recovery. The third feature is failover management. Protection containers streamline failover management by ensuring all resources in a container failover as a group. This is particularly useful for applications with dependency across multiple VMs. The fourth feature is scalability. As your disaster recovery needs grow, you can scale by creating multiple protection containers for different set of workloads or organizational units. The fifth feature is integration with ASR Fabric. Protection containers resides within ASR Fabric, which represents your source and target regions. This integration ensures seamless replication and failover across Azure regions. Let's now walk through the PowerShell script used to create protection containers within the ASR Fabric. In the previous video, we set up ASR Fabric for primary region and the recovery region. Now we will build on that by creating protection containers in both the regions. The first step is to create protection container is primary Azure region. This container will hold the resources to be replicated. Let's take a look at the script. Here we use new AZ recovery service ASR protection container command to create the protection container. The PR fabric variable represents the ASR fabric for the primary region, and PR protection container specifies the name of the container. So let me show you what this two variable hold. So let me run this. So as you can see, this hold details about the PR fabric, as you can see on the screen, and this will be the name of protection container in a primary region. So it is KJX PR protection container. So let me run this command step by step. Let me run this one. So by running this, as we can see that the job is successfully completed. Now let me run the next. This one I already explained in the ASR Fabric video. Finally, the script retrieves the newly created protection container for use in a subsequent step. So let me run this one. So the get AZ recovery services ASR protection container command fetches the detail of the created container, which is stored in a PR protection container variable for further configuration. The process is then repeated for recovery Azure region to create a corresponding protection container. So let me run this. Here we use the same approach, but with the DR Fabric variable and DR protection container variable. So DR Fabric variable for the recovery region, and the container name is stored in a DR protection container. Just like in a primary region, the script waits for the job to complete and retrieves the container details. Now let's talk about the scenario where we have a multi-tier application on disaster recovery. Imagine a three-tier application running in Azure EC2 2. The application consists of front-end, back-end, and database tier. By creating a protection containers for each tier, you can group related resources, apply tailored replication policy, and orchestrate failover more efficiently. This ensures a seamless disaster recovery experience. Since this job is completed, let me run the next steps. In this video, we explored the concept of protection containers, their key features, and how to create them using PowerShell. Protection containers play a vital role in Azure Site Recovery by grouping and managing replicated resources, ensuring seamless failover and recovery. In the next video, part 4 of our Site Recovery series, we will dive into creating and deploying replication policies. Replication policies are essential for defining how often your data is replicated, how long recovery points are retained, and the frequency of application consistent snapshot. Using PowerShell, we will create a policy with a 24 hours retention period and application consistent snapshot every 4 hours. This ensures that your disaster recovery solution is both robust and tailored to your business need. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notification so you don't miss the next part of the series. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next video.